Good afternoon, all. This is Punitha, Assistant Professor from Kavitha College of Occupational Therapy. First of all, I would like to wish you all a happy Occupational Therapy Day. And on behalf of staff and students of Kavitha College of Occupational Therapy, I'm happy to welcome our guest speaker for this webinar, Dr. Kavitha Mahamankar. Welcome, ma'am. She has completed her bachelor on 2004 from GS Medical College, Mumbai, India. And she has done her master's from the University of Illinois at Chicago, USA, in the year of 2006. And she has pursued her PhD from Texas A&M University, Houston, USA, in the year of 2014. Since 2004, she has been working in various hospitals and institutions as in therapists, research assistants, consultants, mentors, graduate assistants, and right now she is an HOD of Department of OT at Shaping Therapies. She has done more than 4 certification programs such as NDT, Low Vision and Ergonomics, and she has presented papers in conferences, seminars, and has been awarded Bright Idea Award for promoting financially effective tips in palliative care. She on voting in Low Vision in Book of Comprehensive Rehabilitation by Neurogen. So now I'm really honored and happy to call upon our speaker, Dr. Kavitha, to present a webinar on inclusive education, occupational therapy in school settings. I hope this topic will be useful for the budding occupational therapists in the near future, as the need of occupational therapists in school settings are in demand. Thank you, ma'am. I'm handovering the session to Dr. Kavitha. Thank you.
Hello everyone, wishing everyone a very good afternoon and a very, very happy World OT Day. We're all proud occupational therapists and we should always be. And this day just signifies how important our profession is. I'm going to be sharing my presentation with you. If there are any questions, you can ask me in the middle of the session or at the end of the session, however it's feasible for you. Okay? Just one second. Are you able to see my presentation? Are you guys able to see my presentation? Were you guys able to see the presentation at all by any chance? Yes? Okay. All right. I unfortunately, what is happening is if I'm looking at the presentation, I can't see your responses. My bad. Okay, hold on just one second. Google Meet is not, I'm not very familiar with. All right. But so if somebody can actually unmute and say it instead of texting, if I ask a question, that would help because I cannot see your messages and my presentation both together for some reason. Anyways, so I'll start. We'll be talking about inclusive education, occupational therapy in school settings. Now, we all know that all of us went to school when we were children to actually get our education. And nowadays, all the children, whether you have a diagnosis of an autism or an LD or an ADHD, they are also required to go to school, and that is where most of the problems arise. So today I'll be talking a little bit of my background, which was already shared with you before. But the reason I want to put a little more emphasis onto it is to explain to you how, as an occupational therapist, you have so much diversity and versatility. Also talk about the epidemiology of autism, ADHD in India and what we know. The need for OT in school settings, the process of how it can be achieved, the outcomes and outcome measures that we can use, and then we'll open up for Q&A. So, like ma'am just mentioned, I did my bachelor's from CGS Medical College, KM Hospital in Mumbai. What's funny is I'm not an accidental occupational therapist. Most therapists I meet tell me they wanted to do MBBS or they wanted to do BDS, and they came into occupational therapy. Unlike them, I actually wanted to do OT from the get-go. I wanted to work in a psychiatric setting, and therefore I wanted to do OT. Unfortunately, my path was very different. I did not work in a lot of psychiatric settings. However, I have enriched myself with a lot of experiences, and I'm still very, very happy doing what I do. I did my master's from UIC under Dr. Gary Kielhoffner, who taught me how to apply principles, the model of human occupation. And then my doctorate under Kathleen Green, who got certified in low vision from University of Alabama. I did my NDT certification. I did my ergonomic certification, and this might seem all scattered and here and there. But what I realized is it all kind of ties together because we're still all autists. So all of you don't, shortchange yourself. Tomorrow, if you've been in a pediatric field for 10 years, feel free to actually jump onto any other field. All you need is a little bit of learning to understand those specifics of that particular field. So if it's orthopedics or neurology, and always remember that we have stalwarts in the profession of OT all across India who are ready to communicate with you or share their knowledge with you. This is what I did. I contacted all my senior therapists, all my professors, and I'm still in the process of learning from them on an everyday basis. I worked in adult neuro, ortho, pediatrics, academics, everywhere, and currently I'm heading the OT department and I'm a partner. I look at occupational therapy in school settings. So number one, a popular newspaper article talked about autism being the world's third most common developmental neurological illness, and it's estimated that 18 million people in India will have autism at this point of time. It's also stated that 10% of school-age children have some mild to severe learning difficulties. So if the school has 2,000 children, at least 10% of them will be kids with some kind of issues that will need therapy at some point of time. Rehab Council of India estimates prevalence of the autism and autism related features to be 1 in 500 at this point of time. There are some other estimates of 1 in 68, 1 in 94 in some other non-peer reviewed information websites. But we all know that these 2 years, because of social isolation and inability to explore their surroundings, activities, the incidence appears to have increased. I had a conversation